Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday Anime Chat. It is I, your host, Pop. And the start of a new month of Anime Chats. This theme for the month will be racing. Everything to do with racing. So I hope you are excited for it as much as I am, getting into the sport of car racing. And I'd just like to say welcome to everyone on the Rumble side. And if you're watching on Twitch, and of course YouTube. Welcoming this morning, Jake D. Glory to the state, Jake D. The state of Whoopstotska, of course. Race Queen's off to a good start already, of course. You shouldn't expect any less from me. And as you can see, my background is transitioning by each time, showing you some of the pictures and the characters of the main anime we're going to focus on today. But before we get to that, we always do the news of the week. Brought to you, or at least courtesy of, the Anime News Network. And I have some big news, it looks like. Big news. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Anime's second part reveals promo video, 6 more cast members, July 7th debut. But that isn't the big news that I'm excited about. New Macross animation project to be produced by Sunrise. Sunrise, the same company that does Gundam. I am quite shocked to even be seeing this, but very excited and looking forward to this. Let's look into this article. The final day of the Sankyo Presents Valkyrie Final Live Tour 2023 concerts ended with an announcement that a new Macross animation project is launching from the anime studio Sunrise. Studio New began the Macross franchise in 1982 with the Super Dimension Fortress Macross, pictured at the right. A television anime series featuring the themes of a love triangle, music, and transforming fighter planes. Studio New worked with the advertising agency Big West and the anime studio Tatsunoko Production as production partners. The franchise spawned 3 more television series, Macross 7, Macross Frontier, and Macross Delta. Several theatrical films, starting with Super Dimensional Fortress Macross Do You Remember Love, and several video series, including Macross 2, Macross Plus, Macross 7 Dynamite, or Macross Dynamite 7, and Macross Zero. Macross Delta ran from April to September of 2016 after a preview of the first episode in 2015. The latest animated work in the Macross franchise, the Gekijoban Macross Delta Zettai Live feature film, opened in Japan on October 2021, alongside the Gekyo Tanpen Macross Frontier Toki no Mekkyu Macross Frontier film short Labyrinth of Time. Big West Studio New and Harmony Gold USA announced in April 21 that the companies agreed to allow the immediate distribution of most Macross television sequels and films globally. The companies agreed to cooperate on the distribution of future Macross and Robotech projects. Good news, finally for us Macross fans. New animation project. Make it a good one, you guys. Make it good and get it distributed. And hey there, Kitty Bear, good to see you. Room indeed. Lots of racing this month. Continuing on with the news of the week, the Prince of Tennis 2 U17 World Cup anime gets semi-final sequel in 2024. One day Harmony Gold will go under. You know what, Jake D? You can only hope. They are a very sketch company. Back to Saturday. My Happy Marriage anime second promo video reveals July 5th worldwide premiere on Netflix. Oh, Japan's video game rankings. Here we go. Let me guess. Tears of the Kingdom is number 1 still. That ever loads up here. Come on now. There we go. Big surprise. Number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. Number 2, Mario Kart 8. This is just this game just will not die. It will just not stop. They will never come out with another Mario Kart until this one people stop playing it. Bust-a-Fellow Season 2 is number 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Then Minecraft, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Splatoon, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Nintendo Switch Sports, Mario Party Superstars, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, Ring Fit Adventure, Princess Arthur for Nintendo Switch, okay. Akai Ito and Aoi Shiro Remaster Collection. Finally, a PS4 game, Hogwarts Legacy, is at number 17. Then back to the Switch with Super Mario World 3D, New Super Mario Bros. U, and Dranius. There you go. Once again, Nintendo Switch dominating the Japanese market. And good morning to you, Mike, from Pacific 414. It's a shame that Harmony Gold did survive the 2008 housing collapse. Yeah, I know. Moving along, Japanese animation TV rankings. At number 1 again, Saze-san, then Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, followed by Detective Conan, Chibi Maruko-chan, One Piece in the middle of the pack, Soaring Sky Pretty Cure, Doraemon, Mix Season 2, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, Crayon Shin-chan, Gigantosaurus Season 2, and then Pokemon Horizons, the series. You finally got the physical copy of Mega Man Battle Network. It took a month after release to ship. Wow! Good for you though, you got it. I was thinking about getting that too. I do like my Mega Man. You think next weekend you'll be drunk for the one time you drink per year? He's got some Russian beer. Russian beer. Wow. I don't think I've ever had Russian beer before. Okay, so moving along here. Sound, Euphonium, Ensemble Contest Theater Anime streams full trailer. Director Takayuki Hirano, Studio Clap More Pompo, the cinephile staff reunite for new anime film. Shadowverse Flame anime preview 7 Shadows arc in video. Going back to Friday, Nintendo announces Everybody 1-2 Switch party game. Okay. We're also wondering whether we're going to get a new Switch upgrade. We're going to get a new Switch console. As long as it's backwards compatible, I don't care. But bring out something. As long as it uses the same cartridge slot, I'm good. Front Mission, first remake game heads to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, PC on June 30th. For all you Front Mission fans. Blue Orchestra TV anime reveals 7 more cast members. Fufu Kokan Modoranai Yoru Anime's promo video reveals previews, theme song. Russia Day? Your brother bought it. Didn't ask how it passed the border, though. Yeah, don't ask questions. Taneyuki performs new opening theme song for Eden Zero Anime Season 2. Pokemon Horizons anime casts Eri Kitamura, Kazuya Nakai. You were not super impressed with Front Mission? Okay. Well, it's no Mech Warrior, right? Am I right? Huh? Any Mech Warrior fans out there? Never ask question in Whoopstotska. Crypto Ninja NFT project confirms October TV anime Shinobanai Crypto Ninja Sakuya. Horimiya, the Missing Pieces anime's video reveals theme songs, cast, July 1st debut. Undead Girl Murder Farce TV anime casts Maya Uchida as Nora the werewolf. Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari Season 2 announces more cast, July 3rd premiere. Masamune-kun's Revenge R Season's 2nd video previews Field Trip to France. Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero anime 2nd video reveals July 3rd debut. Korea Economic Daily Blue Archive film considered after TV anime next year. Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King films English subtitle video highlights Yuno. Reign of the Seven Spellblades anime 2nd English subtitle trailer reveals theme song, July 7th debut. Going back to Thursday, The Idolmaster Million Live anime's trailer features opening song. Story of a Small Senior in My Company anime's video reveals more cast and staff, opening song, July 1st debut. White Album visual novel gets first English release this year. The Concierge at Hokyo Department Store anime films teaser reveals cast, more staff. I wonder if that'll be a good one. The Concierge at Hokyoku Department Store. Maybe something to look into. So Farming Life is going on the list. Meta announces MetaQuest 3 VR headsets with Attack on Titan, Samba de Amigo VR games. I don't know if I'd want to play VR Attack on Titan. Farming Life in Another World anime reveals English dubcast, June 8th premiere. Okay, that's coming right up here. That'll be on Thursday. Anime Expo screens North American premiere of Helk TV anime. That would be terrifying, Jake D. I mean, you'd always have to be worried about being eaten. If there's one thing I learned about Attack on Titan is there's a whole lot of people eating going on. Let's see here. Gundam 00 revealed Chronicles of CG anime streams episode Astrea 2. For all you Gundam fans. Ikimono-san, TV anime's latest promo video reveals main cast, July 7th debut. You don't do dubs, they somehow always feel wrong when watching anime. Yeah, I hear that. I am definitely in on watching subs rather than dubs. Although there are some good dubs out there, they're few and far between, I think, and I like the Japanese voice actors. They give a little more emotion into their acting. Some of them are very, very good at getting the emotions right for what the scene is. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection Games launch trailer streamed. Shouting only seems to work in Japanese. Jake D, you can go either way. Are you bi? Are you bilingual? Sweet Reincarnation anime's second promo video reveals theme songs, July 3rd debut. Bungo Stray Dogs anime's 5th season reveals July 12th debut and second promo video. Super Mario Bros. Jumps back to number 1 in Japan. Live action Rohan at the Louvre opens at number 3. Come on, website. Work with me here. I just want you to open it up. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Super Mario Bros. Movie rose back up from number 2 to number 1 in its 5th weekend at the Japanese box office. The film sold 426,000 tickets for 632 million yen in its 5th weekend, and has sold a total of 7 million tickets to earn a cumulative total of 10 billion yen, about 71 million US. The film sold 1.276 million tickets and earned 1.843 billion yen, about 13 million in its first 3 days in Japan. This film has earned 1 billion worldwide, surpassing Disney's Frozen film. It is now number 3 all-time highest, earning animated film worldwide. If Disney's 29 CG film The Lion King is counted as animated, or number 2 if not. Well, what do they consider animated? Like, it's a CG film, computer generated animation, isn't it? They didn't get actual animals to do things, did they? Anyways, whatever. Disney sucks. The film opened in the US and over 60 markets worldwide on April 5th. The film has been the highest grossing film of 2023 worldwide. The film is also the highest earning video game adaptation in history. Well, that's good. Good for you, Mario. Just kicking ass. I'm too busy objectifying the waifus. The voice acting is a tertiary concern. Sorry you're not bi, but you're quattro. Can follow spoken Frisian, Dutch, German, and English. Wow. That's a lot of languages, Kitty Bear. But that's good. Alright, back to Wednesday. Kuso Mizu Technique Gay Manga Shin Yaranaki Kai Anime meets crowdfunding goal. World 2 World smartphone game ends service on July 31st after 5 months. Look at that. You only get to play that game for 5 months and then they just shut it off. Sword Art Online Last Recollection game trailer previews character customization skills and combat. Silent Hill Ascension streaming experience previewed in trailer. Quattro, that means quattro in Spanish. Good, Jake D. One Piece Anime's 1000th English dubbed episode gets world premiere event for Anime Expo. 1000. There you go. Disney needs a CO tax for 500% of all the CO2 pollution their dumpster fire is making. Yeah. Why not? They've been getting away with stuff for way too long. They're the whole reason that copyright has been pushed for the length of 75 years. Because they've owned the courts. Back to Tuesday, North American anime manga releases. Evangelion Battlefield smartphone game ends service on July 27th. Once again, another smartphone game. Don't fall for those, everybody. Smartphone games, they can just unplug them anytime, and you're out. You know, you paid for it, but you're out. Dragon Ball The Breakers game Season 3 trailer reveals Ginyu Force. It's Captain Ginyu and the Ginyu Force. Marvelous announces Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion sequel game. Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy Season 2's trailer reveals theme songs. July 31st debut, 15 episode length. Idolish Theatrical Anime's new video promotes 4DX, MX4D, Dolby Cinema screenings. Undead Girl Murder Farce TV anime casts Soma Saito as Jack the Ripper. You wonder if Oda's going to die once the pressure of having to do this series ends. His body can't live without the stress. It's all he's known for 25 years. Well, I hope he's able to retire on a pile of money. And I really want to get a conclusion for One Piece. It's been so good. I've been reading it. I'm all caught up. I've been watching it. Me and the wife. We are just watching DVD after DVD. And it's really good. We're right on getting close to the end of the Dressrosa arc. Luffy is just about going to take on Doflamingo. So we will be wrapping that up, and then it's on to Zou. That goes for all games you own digitally. You lost 4 games on Steam the past 10 years. Oh, yes. Once again, I am a big proponent of physical media. Do yourself a favor. Get that physical copy. Nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can turn it off. You can fire it up and play it all you want. You don't have to wonder if the company is going to release it, whichever one it is. And I'm not talking just games, but movies as well. You want to watch Gone with the Wind? Go ahead, fire it up on your VHS, fire it up on DVD. Want to watch something else? Watch that too. Oh, you hear that they're going to erase some of the things out of the film? They won't. They can't come to your house and do it to you. So you got to just collect all the physical media. I know I do. I still have VHSs from the 90s. So it's just a habit to get into. Don't rely on streaming services. Don't rely on companies, because they will just butcher things and do whatever they feel like. And all they care about is that you give them money. So don't give them money. Show them your displeasure. Vote with your wallet. It might happen. A lot of people die after they... Yeah, I've heard that too. And it's not just mangaka, people that work in the trades and such. And, you see these old guys working until they're, they don't want to stop working. They keep coming, but then they're like, no, you got to retire. You can't keep working here. And they go home, and in a year, they don't have anything to do because work was their life. So you have to get yourself a hobby or something to keep yourself occupied. Don't just sit at home and do nothing when you retire, because it will catch up to you and your body will just give up. What's the point of owning a hard copy when it only has 12% of the game because the bug fixes stuff need to be added to make it work? Oh, yes. So this is why I like retro games better than modern games, because modern games, they just half-ass it and put out a half-finished game, and they're like, oh, well, we'll just patch it day one. And then you have to download 80 gigabytes or 100 gigabytes of whatever. Whereas retro games, you buy it, okay, the game's done. It's been through QC and quality assurance and all that, and you just grab it and play it. So that's my view on it. Going back to Monday, Sailor Moon Cosmos Anime Films new video reveals Shadow Galactica cast. Golden Kamui Anime Season 4 casts Kosuke Toriyumi. Insomniacs After School Anime casts Sora Amiyama as Isaki's big sister. Yume Miru Danshi wa Genjitsu Shigisha Anime reveals opening, ending theme, song artist. Indie games will retire AAA studios one day. I could see that. Yeah, there's no reason that You have to rely on AAA studios all the time for games. Sorcerer, Stabber, Orphan Anime's Sanctuary art cast Haruka Fushimi. Suzume film ends theatrical run in Japan with 14.79 billion yen total box office earnings. Wow. Good job for that film. The first Slam Dunk surpasses Weathering with You, becomes 9th highest earning anime film in Japan. If you want the game after it's gone digitally, you'll go to the high seas and get a working version from there and burn it. This will be harder now. One of the biggest and best sites. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do, especially when you want to play a game. I know there's lots of games that are not available from when I was playing in the 90s, and it's like, it's just a shame. They were such fun games, and you can't play them now. Either because the companies are gone, or they just refuse to release their older games. What else we got here? Cygames reveals Bang Brave Bang Bravern original TV anime. Tekken 8 fighting game reveals gameplay trailer for Brian Fury. Wow, they're up to 8 with Tekken, eh? The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. Anime previewed in second promo video. Anime limited to release Great Pretender anime on home video in US, Canada, UK, Ireland. Girls band Cry Anime unveils 2 music videos, cast and staff. Back to Sunday. And I believe I've covered all of this already back from Sunday. So that is it for News of the Week, everyone. There was some very good articles. And in case you missed it, new Macross animation project to be produced by Sunrise. Very excited to hear about this. As you all well know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, I am a Macross fan. And I've enjoyed this ever since I first saw it back in 1985. But they're coming out with a new one, and it's going to be done by Sunrise, the same company that does Gundam. You got 2 anime episodes to watch. Going to put it in the background. Can't get too far. Yeah, okay. Right on, Kitty Bear. Thanks. I appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy your show. We got 12 anime episodes to watch. Okay. That's a long haul. Fan of nothing? You did enjoy Macross. Hey, excellent. That is great. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I did as well. And I know Jake D likes his Macross as well. So we're getting a new one. Can't wait. Very exciting. And before we get into the main, event, I think it might be time for a little bit of a commercial. You wonder where the leader is? Where is Comrade Leader? Whoopa Troopa, he's usually here. You do enjoy transforming F-14s? Yes. Valkyries. Those are awesome. All right, well, let's have a bit of a commercial.
Oh, hey there everybody. How are you? Well, I don't always play video games, but when I do, I make sure to safely make a safety save in a safe environment. And if you don't know how to make a safety save, well then make sure you check out Pop Culture Mechanics, 9 a.m. Mountain Time and 10 a.m. Central on Saturday mornings, where you can learn how to make a safety save that you might be so excited you could dance if you wanna. So, come on and check out Pop Culture Mechanics on Saturday mornings. Going to see you there. Bye.
Finally! Yes! Whew! My God! There we go. Little commercial for you. Remember, always do a safety save. On to the main event. Here we go. As far as racing animes go, looking it up, I found quite a few. And I know there's always the very well-known and popular ones, like Initial D. But I wanted to go a little bit different, and one that's not, one that I didn't think was as popular. Future GPX Cyber Formula. From 1991, done by Sunrise. The same people that did Gundam have done a racing anime. And I've watched the first 3 episodes of this show, and I really like it. It's not too way out of control with, what do you call it, like, when they do, like, bizarre stunts and things like that. But anyways, I'll give you the rundown as to what it is. The synopsis: 14-year-old Kazami Hayato is the youngest driver of Cyber Formula, a Grand Prix in which each vehicle is equipped with computers to aid in racing. With the help of Asurata, the most advanced cyber navigation system, and Team Sugo, Hayato races to become the winner of the 10th Cyber Formula Grand Prix. Along the way, Hayato will have to learn what it truly means to be a racer, and that victory cannot be achieved simply by driving the best machine. In addition, Kazami will have to gain the respect of the veteran racers, thwart those who attempt to steal Asurata, and participate in races outside of Cyber Formula. So there we go. That is a little bit of a synopsis of what it's all about. It's 37, an odd number, 37 episodes long. But I think it's well worth it. And what I can do here is try to fire this up here. Let's see how it goes. So at the very beginning of the show, it goes through the computer-based navigation system race machine. So it describes exactly what this show is all about. Cyber Formula. And it's got some pretty mean-looking cars. I do like these. So that right now the announcer's telling everyone about what's going on around the world. They've brought in these racers, and they're going to... There's the racetrack. And it starts out the day that destiny was decided. Oh, just a moment. I must. Where is it now? Nope, not that. There we go. Move that over there. So right now, these guys are main heroes. The team here, Team Sugo, they are waiting for their car. They have a new car showing up, and it has to go through a safety check. And they're all quite worried about this. And there we go. One of my favorite characters. She is a mechanic. And she's a cute mechanic. So, girly mechanic. Name's Miki. You gotta like that. She gets the pop seal of approval right off the bat. Okay, so she's on the phone. There's their driver. Very angry. His car's not here. He can't do the safety check. Yes, Jake D. Waifu. So he's pretty angry about it, but it's coming very slowly. There's main character. Main character riding his motorcycle in front of the truck that's hauling their new car. And it's his father that designed it. His father isn't the owner of the team, but his father is the designer of the car. And they're trying to get it to the racetrack in time. Apparently they had trouble with shipping from the United States, where it was designed, over to Japan. So they're late. Now they're working on getting it there in time. There's our rival. He's an established racer. And he is a pretty serious fella. And he is on Team Aoi. Yes, his name is Shinjo. No love from Japan? Yeah. So he's the popular one. He gets mauled by all the reporters. He's just not, he's not very arrogant. He's quite level-headed. So, as the Asurada, that's the name of the car there, for Team Sugo is on the road. There it approaches a helicopter. And they are trying to, well, they want to capture this car for themselves. And they've caused an accident. And hey there, Punk Waddle. Nice to see you. All the racing shows and movies and anime. Go Speed Racer? Yes. This is Cyber Formula GPX. Our first dive into the anime, or racing anime. Hey, DJ Ronnie G. Nice to see you. So these guys are trying to steal this car, and they cause an accident. The kid wipes out. He's riding a motorcycle. The other fellow driving the truck, he crashes. He's not injured, though. Bike's ruined. The car rolls off the truck. And they are going to try to capture it. He wants to make sure he's okay. They're trying to airlift the machine. Team's future, yes, as he says, our team's future depends upon that machine. They're getting ready to capture it. But the old man gives him the key. He says, here, you take the car to the racing track. They got to make it in time for the safety check. Now, this car is fancy. With all the displays and buttons it has, it's pretty crazy. And it does a retina scan. And it will adjust his driver's height, angle, make it fit him. And away we go. He has got to get away. These people are just driving along the road. This guy's trying to impress this woman with how fast his car goes, and he just gets blown by that car. 231 kilometers an hour. That helicopter's still trying to get him. And so he's pushing buttons trying to figure out how he can make the car go faster. And he turns on the cyber, the actual Asurada car, cyber intelligence, and it starts talking to him. And it criticizes his driving technique. And he's like, just shut up. So now they have to report in to the owner of the of Team Sugo and the Asurada. But he's telling them that he's driving it to the racetrack. And he's still being pursued by this helicopter. It's just not giving up. So he's telling him, you really didn't plan to drive on. You're better to drive on a circuit than you are off-road. But he's able to hit a button and raise the suspension so that he's not dragging on the ground. And of course the machine is running him down, telling him that he's not good enough. And he's worried about, it's a dead end, he's gonna try to get between there, and the car's like, yep, just hit this button and this button. And now you can drive along the side of the wall between the mountain there. And he lets him know about the special turbo boost, that if he pulls that lever, he can increase his speed, but only for a limited time before he burns the engine out. So that the computer isn't that smart. It doesn't understand that he's being attacked right now by a helicopter. And they just about got him. But he hits the turbo boost. And there's a countdown. And he breaks free. And the helicopter crashes. And they go out to meet him. They're wondering if he's going to show up, and there he is with the Asurada. And he learns at that point that he is the only one that can drive this car. It registered him with his retina scan and voice print so that no one else can drive this car except him. And it will need a week if they want to register another driver. I don't know why it takes a week, but if the race is tomorrow and the team doesn't want to drop out of the race, well, you can see where this is going. And that's the end of episode number 1. So as we can see, he's going to end up being the main driver of that machine. So he's going to have a fun time. learning how to be an actual race car driver as opposed to just being a motorcycle rider as he was, because he loved his motorcycle and he was more adept at that than he is driving a race car. Oh, what's this? Do not cry because of me. One day you may fly, because those that cannot do, teach. So true. The great Waddle Fuchsius has spoken. DJ Ronnie G, you had to get up at 5 a.m. this morning? You woke up with a natural sense of drunkenness and only remember waking up after the 5th alarm? You set 10 of them? Wow. Whose kneecaps do we need to adjust to stop these 5 a.m. wake-ups? 5 a.m. wake-up. To me, that's a weekday. There's no big deal about getting up at 5 in the morning. You see some influences of the Pokemon main characters. Also, what is it with red, white, and blue for main protagonists in anime? It's primary colors. Oh, Sunday is your Monday. That's right. So yes, what an enjoyable anime about racing. This car they have is pretty awesome. It's got some pretty awesome little gadgets and such. And just watching, I've watched the first 3 episodes, so I know that he's going to try to qualify. He's going to do a speed or a time trial to try to qualify to get in the pack of all the drivers. And that other rival driver, Shinjo, he's like wonders what's going on with this team. Like, why would they let a 14-year-old kid drive a high-powered car like that? But they're desperate to carry on their vision of being in the the GPX Cyber race. So it looks like we're off to a good start here, like right away. By episode number 3, he's done his time trial, and he's just made it, and he's going to be in the main race. And he has to learn more and more how to be a driver, but also his team is helping him because he is trying to drive. First of all, he's trying to drive the car like a motorcycle. And you can't do that. So he has to sort of adjust things. His team wants to help adjust the car for his driving style. And the car as well tries to help him out by if he has to talk to it more and more and get to know it, because the car will not do anything unless he gives it specific instructions. So that is it. That is Future GPX Cyber Formula is the title of this show. And it seems well worth watching. I definitely want to keep up with it and see what is in store. And I believe there is even an OVA sequel and also an OVA alternative one, it says. So for that, you could tune in. You don't have to watch all 37 episodes. You can watch one OVA that came out in 1992, or where is it here? There should be an alternate one. 2-episode OVA for an hour. get the old. There we go. Yes. There's the one here. One for 30 minutes. Or the two. For an hour. So I would definitely recommend giving it a watch. You like racing? This will give you your racing fix. And I'm sure there's some other ones that everyone can come up with. One of the ones I've mentioned already, like Initial D, that'll probably be one of the more famous ones, more well known, and they've done so much with Initial D. And there's going to be some other ones too, and already someone has recommended to me, that would be Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner, one called Wangan Midnight. So I am going to look into that and see what that is all about. If there's anybody that knows his racing stuff, that would be Blaine. You only ever heard of the Initial D song from a playlist on your zip drive? Oh. Well, if you ever go to an arcade, they have Initial D set up as like a driving game against another person. I have seen a lot of that. Once again, that's anime being made into a video game, which was last month's theme. This month is strictly going to be racing. So I hope you guys will enjoy the ride. Yes, thank you. I'll be here I'll be here all week. And for those of you that were late to the stream bit, I just hope you can see this announcement here. The new Macross animation project to be produced by Sunrise. This is big news, everybody. I am very stoked for this. Once again, those of you who were not we're on a little later to the stream. Macross animation project to be produced by Sunrise. This is glorious. I am excited for this. These guys need to make it happen, and they need to do it right. So I have set the bar high after watching Macross Frontier. Delta was a bit of a letdown for me, but hopefully they pick it up and can do release another awesome Macross series. I am hoping for the best. Guado, you feel singled out? No, man, it's okay. Don't worry. And yes, it is awesome. Yeah, jokes. Yeah, okay. Good. Well, there we go. I know I usually do a couple. Well, I did a couple last month, but for this month, just one per stream seems okay. Frontier and Delta meld together in your brain? No, don't. Come on, DJ Ronnie G. Delta has the big group of singers. Frontier has Cheryl, Nome, and Roncalli. You just get two. And they're like rivals. You're hoping the new thing will be good. Me too. Definitely, I will be up on the news for that. Hey, look, a wild Woopa has appeared. Comrade Leader, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. So yes, stay tuned for more Macross. I hope everyone gets a chance to see it now that everything's have been straightened out with all the companies involved. Start flooding the market with Macross stuff, please. I've still yet to see any of the merchandise or any of the movies, DVDs, anything. Like, get it over here. I don't know why they're taking so long. Yeah, that did take a while to sort out the Macross. No thanks to Harmony Gold. Am I right, Jake D? Those guys, they're just awful. You've seen some more Macross model kits coming out recent? Oh, good. Whoopa finished his poopa. In the last year or so. Okay, good. I still want to see lots of movies, videos, DVDs, Blu-rays. Get the stuff out there so that people can know and enjoy the Macross goodness that maybe the younger generations haven't seen, because I was exposed to it in the 80s. So I'm hoping that they get exposed to it now. Another reason Robotech can F. Yes. You got all these people who think they love Robotech from their childhood, but are really just missing out on the good stuff. I agree. That's what I did. I knew something wasn't right watching it. I'm like, okay, this isn't like anything I've seen put out by, North America. So you had to look into it deeper. It's like, oh, it's made up of 3 different shows. Well, I'm going to watch those original shows and see what it is. Meanwhile, that Unharmonious company's trying to tie up the IP. Yes. Exactly. They tried to say it was theirs and they owned it. And it's like, no, you don't. Nah, they will be dealt with. Most of your anime came in 2000 and beyond, and you played catch up for the past 23 years. That's a lot of catching up to do, that's for sure. Just like to say hello to everyone on the Rumble side right now. Nice to have you along. Anybody on Twitch? A nice big hello to the Twitch side there. And, of course, my YouTube friends. The usual suspects. It's always good to see you guys. You'd love to have good Blu-ray versions of SDF. Yes. Yeah, they should. They should clean them up. Especially if it's on film, because then it will make it easier to put on high definition. You have to watch very little cartoons and anime in your youth. Watching TV was a no-no and a smack in the head, being kicked outside. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I can remember that. It's like, you don't need to keep watching TV. Turn it off, get outside. Okay, go play. Didn't matter what, just get outside. Come home when the lights come on. The street lights, that is. I think I'm going to get into a little bit of what I am currently watching. Have my trusty anime list here. See if I can't make it a little bigger here so we can all see it. You didn't really catch a lot of anime until the more in 2010 and beyond. Okay, and that's fair. First of all, it depends on how old you are. And secondly, it depends if you have an interest in it and whether you're exposed to it at all. That's the thing. I mean, I was exposed to it in 1979 by Space Battleship Yamato. watching that on television. That just blew my young mind. It was like, oh wow, what is this? This is no Yogi Bear. This is no any kind of Hanna-Barbera or Filmation cartoon. 47? That's how old you are, Kitty Bear? All right. So, as far as shows that are running right now this season, I'm watching Kizuna no LL. This is the VTuber show, for lack of a better word of it. They go to a school that they try to train them to be VTubers. So it's pretty fun. It's got a bit of music to it, where they VTubers sing and all that. And they're trying to figure out how to be as popular as their, or at least the main character has a crush on the idol, the number one idol in the land, and she wants to be just like her. So we're watching her journey to do that. Watch a little here and there, and watch some of the Pokemon and Digimon when they showed up in the 90s. Still didn't watch much of that. Didn't have cable or Toonami. Yeah, that sucks. So back in the 80s, where I lived, I didn't have cable either. I had an antenna. And where I lived, close to the U.S. border, I could get stations from Washington State, so a couple of those. But I was quite fortunate that they carried some of that anime that I could watch. Parents bringing you up backfired badly. Instead of making me outgoing, I now lock myself up and hang on the couch every day. Oh. And you're on your 47th year. There you go. You're catching up to me. Also, for this season, watching The Marginal Service. This one's not too bad. It reminded me of Men in Black. Just the way that it's an organization that deals with people that are from off-planet. So aliens and such. And it's like, okay, that's interesting. But then there's sort of an underlying plot going on with one of the aliens. And they're not quite sure what it is yet, but they have to try to figure it out. So that's the Marginal Service, is kind of in a nutshell. If you like that sort of thing. DJ Ronnie G, you're catching up on buying all the gaming hardware that I couldn't get as a youth. Pops literally did a Men in Black cartoon review last week. Not me. You're talking about the other Pops that's out there. I know there is a fella out there. He goes by Pops. The only reason I go by Pops is just because it's just shorter to say it rather than Pop Culture Mechanic. Could also say probably PCM, but I don't mind Pop. Yeah, the comic book guy. There you go. The Marginal Service seems very marginal. Yeah. The man in Florida. All right. Yes, like I say, I have heard of him. I don't know if I've ever tuned into any of his shows. You were talking to Brandon, the anime guy, yesterday. We didn't get into the retro gaming collections. I've sure got some. Yes, hey, I'd like to chat with you about retro gaming stuff. I still have my original NES. I've got an NES. I got an N64. I got a GameCube. I got a Wii and a Wii U. And a Switch, obviously. And then I got a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4. And I've got, what else? Is that all? And then obviously anything I need on PC. I have a Game Boy. PSP, PS Vita, 3DS, a DS. We should agree with it to Pop Cult. That wouldn't backfire at all. Yeah. Come on out to the Pop Cult. Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean that's not a good idea? You never had a GameCube? Oh, that sucks. That's the neatest little thing, you know. Got like a carry handle for a lunchbox. And it's had some pretty darn good games. I really enjoyed it. You had to buy a new Duck Hunt cart, and that requires a new zapper. Ah, yeah. Yeah, get yourself a zapper. I miss my zapper. Really like that. You ever like being around people, instead of supporting me with how to deal with people, they just terrorize me with forcing me being around people all the time. Yeah, that's not the way to do it. You don't force. You have to make it so they want to. Kind of want to buy a GameCube, but not sure how they are these days. I think they're expensive. I think people are at that point where it's the GameCube's time to be the popular retro machine. So as we go through the game generations, so a while back it was N64 was the real popular one, and now it's moved along. Now the kids that grew up with GameCube are going back and getting it, so I think it's getting pretty expensive for GameCube. You skipped GameCube too, but you got into it when you modded your first Wii. Okay. Duck Hunt on modern TV. Yeah, that's tough. It needs that CRT. You haven't ever modded a system? It's a good way to brick your system too. You got to be very careful when you do mod them. First memory you have as a kid is you smashing another kid in the head with a hard plastic shovel. You don't remember how or why you did it? I don't know, he must have done something to make you upset. Usually, you don't slap people in the head with shovels. You may remove the trigger from an old zapper and install it into the new zapper. Just to get a modded Wii. Oh yeah, just get a modded Wii. Yeah, you could do that. Check out how many of them are working this week. Ha! And the last show, I'm only following 3 shows for this season, by the way. Yuri Is My Job. This one I like because it has lots of drama. And it's all about people keeping up facades and such. The main character is trying to keep up a facade of being very nice and cute and harmless, and she wants to bag herself like a billionaire husband. So she has to keep up this facade so that everyone likes her. That's what she wants. Her goal is to have everyone like her. And she gets sort of roped into helping out at a cafe, which has a German theme to it, of a German schoolgirl academy. And she helps out, but she runs into someone who she knew as a child, but she doesn't recognize him right away. And the other one does recognize her and gives her a hard time, and she wonders why she doesn't like her. So this is the thing for her. It's very terrible, is having someone that doesn't like her. So she has to try to work through that. And then she has her friend, or a good friend of hers, starts working there as well, who is like jealous about how close she is with some of the other girls. It's quite the drama. And I'm just about through it. There's 3 episodes left. They have to come out, and I just can't wait. It's going to be a fun time, for me anyway. But if you like drama, I would suggest watching that one. Shovel Knight uses shovels to slap people. You haven't played that game yet? I've heard of Shovel Knight. I haven't played it either, but might be a fun time. I hear a lot of good stuff about it. Your first neighbor in kindergarten would hit me in the head. One day in the bathroom, he bopped me in the head, and I turned around while using the... Oh, okay. Ooh. All right, gotcha. Yes, and the kids gotta learn. They do. You bet the teacher never sat me next to that and ever again. We're called being popped in the head thereafter. Very good. See, you solved it. It's weird when people think everyone should like them. It's an exhausting task. Yes. So main character does let her guard down with her best friend. But that's it. She's the only one who really knows that she's putting up a facade, and she does refer to it as a facade. So they've got to figure out. There's one character that wants to put an end to main character's friendship with her best friend because it might ruin the whole cafe. So there's going to be a lot of what do you call it? It's not just drama, but it's like people interfering with other people. Yesterday you realized how old you actually are. None of the school building I went to school to are still standing. They're all gone now. Oh yeah. No, that's what happens. I mean, anywhere that I went to school, they're either not schools anymore or they've been knocked down and rebuilt. So, yeah, that's happened to me. And one of the animes I'm watching every day during dinner time, because that's the routine my wife and I have, where I'll come home from work and I will do a small workout and then have a shower, and then we will sit down to dinner that she makes, and we will watch 3 episodes of One Piece. So I'm on episode, I think, 716 right now. So we got a ways to go, but watching 3 episodes every day, we should be able to catch up fairly quickly. And she's enjoying it as much as I am. I watched it first, and I was a One Piece watcher from way back, and she just recently got into it. And she just loves it. So watching One Piece every day. So that takes it. But it's good to do it during dinner time. You can enjoy your dinner, you can watch some One Piece. And then after that, I'm free to, do whatever I like. Come in and watch some live streams or prepare for some of what I have to do to get myself prepared for anything coming up. Watch some anime or play some games, record some game footage. So it's pretty good. I like the setup. You don't like the facade. And take me as I am, or you don't. I'll take the hard truth to your face. Talk behind my back, and me finding out will go badly. Yeah. It's more of I would think, when you're young, like our main character is, that you want to be liked by everyone, and you kind of wonder, you don't understand yet that sometimes people will not like you for no reason. One Piece is a silly show, and it doesn't require all your attention to follow along, as opposed to shows with tiny details you'd miss. Yeah, One Piece is a fun show. Like, it is silly. It's fun. You have a good time. You get invested in the characters and their motivations, and you want the main character to succeed. You want him to find the One Piece. You want him to be the king of the pirates. You want everyone to reach their goal. They have goals they have set for themselves, and they want to achieve those goals. But I've been following One Piece for a long time, reading it. I'm all caught up in the manga. Like I say, I'm at Dressrosa. We're just starting to do the finish of Dressrosa, which means Luffy is going to take on Doflamingo. And then we'll move on to Zou, where they will catch up with the rest of the crew, because the crew had to split up a bit for Dressrosa. But there are things that in One Piece that are mentioned and then not mentioned until later on, which is kind of like those, that's like a hidden thing, like you're talking about, with tiny details. So One Piece does have those things. Something will be mentioned and then it won't be mentioned again, and for a little while. Someone does not like Comrade Leader, then they get sent to the mines. Simple as... Yes, Comrade Leader is great. He is great. We like Comrade Leader. We do not want to be sent to mines. So, Comrade Leader, you are great. Anime guy just started talking about One Piece. He'll think he'll talk about some arcs now. Yeah. I see his updates as well on AniList. Oops, not that one. There we go. Where is it here? Home? Yeah, so anybody I follow on AniList, which is quite a few guys, it shows what they input as far as shows that they are watching or things they've completed. It puts up what I've done. Yeah, so it says here you watched episode 22 to 30 of One Piece. That's pretty good. That's a good stretch. You can be friends with people who do not like me. I don't really consider anyone my friend, but I'll talk to anyone who wants to talk about anything. Fine with agreeing to disagree. Yes, that's how people normally talk to each other. The whole premise of One Piece allows the show to go on forever and have a lot of one-off islands that fit into a bigger arc. Yes. Yes, going from island to island and then finally getting to Reverse Mountain and getting onto the Grand Line, that's half the battle right there, getting past Reverse Mountain. Yes, Comrade Leader, cool minds, here I come. I hate the heat anyways. Okay, Kitty Bear, you are in charge of mines then. You go digging in mines. But yeah, it's one of the longest anime shows, and it's one of the ones that I'm deeply invested in. You like the whale? Yeah, Laboon. Yeah, kept running its head into the mountain there, trying to get it so he could get over there, but he just couldn't do it. So Luffy made him stop by beating him in a battle and then saying, "All right, you're our Nakama now, and you will wait for us here." So yeah, it's very good. And then I like learning about the legend of Gold Roger. Listen to him, because he was the original king of the pirates. And hearing about his adventures. But yes, I'm looking so forward to that as well. Finally, when Luffy is getting close to getting to the One Piece. And learning the secrets, because they've set up a lot of backstory about the Void Century and what happened during that time, and that's a big mystery. And what about all the ancient weapons and the poneglyphs and the last island that Gold Roger visited? You know, we've got to go to Laugh Tale. So it's it's making that mystery, and then it makes the readers want to find out even more. That's why we keep up with it. So yeah, that should be it for today, everybody. My first racing stream of the month. Tune in for the rest of the month for more racing streams on Sunday. We'll talk about more racing anime and anime that you guys like as well. Because there's so much out there right now. We are living in the bountiful times of anime. Having grown up as the time that I did, I remember the times when there was almost nothing out there, and you enjoyed what you got. If there was only one show or one thing that there was somebody made a copy of on a VHS, you enjoyed that. It didn't matter what it was. You were enjoying something that not the average person was enjoying. And it sure wasn't as popular or prevalent in any kind of media, or as being or mainstream anyway. So you were kind of on the outside. You were an outlier, enjoying your anime. But then, in the 90s, it seemed to become a little more mainstream, and more companies were bringing it over because it was cheaper for them to just license it, bring it over, put some, just dub it. And the dubbings were not that great. They probably didn't pay the voice actors very much either, but they did that. And they made their money that way. And now the sheer amount of anime available, it's unbelievable. It's hard for me to believe that we have so much of it now. You can pretty much find anything you want, and it's an anime. Man, I even found a hockey anime for all things, and that was great to watch. Nice little slice of life. It was girls hockey, but that's okay. It was still enjoyable. So I'd just like to thank you all for coming out today, every single one of you. Jake D, Kitty Bear, Mike from Pacific 4 and 4. And there was Punkwaddle, DJ Ronnie G, and Whoopa Troopa, Comrade Leader, always good to see you. It's a fun time when we get to just sit back, relax, and just talk about anime. How much we like it, what we've seen, what our favorites are. So please, if you can, hit that like button for me and spread the word. Tell your friends. I work the weekend morning stream shift, and that's what I do. We play games on Saturday, and we talk about anime on Sunday. And then on Tuesday, throw a little bit of the professional trades in there. And people can learn about that as well, because I think that's important. There's other channels out there too to visit, people I've talked to and watched, because they have good content, like Pacific 4 and 4, and Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner. There's Ronin66 and DJ Ronnie G. There's Brandon the Anime Guy, the Nerdporeal Lifeform, Angry Canadian, Whoopa Troopa, who appears on Dadman Walking, and he has his own channel where he plays some games. And there's Punkwaddle, who can be found at Floral from Under a Rock, and on his own channel, where he has some pretty cool ponderances. So if you like to think deep thoughts, tune into some Punkwaddle. I've got a little bit of a Discord. It's called The Shop, because that's where all the tradesmen hang out. We hang out at the shop. I'm out there on Twitter. I'm streaming on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube, of course. So, coming up, I had to forego last week's Trades Talk Tuesday due to internet service provider troubles. Apparently, they had some equipment problems where my download speeds and upload speeds were less than 1 megabit per second. That is awful. You cannot stream with 1 megabit per second or lower. So I had to cancel that, but things are back up. They've replaced that piece of equipment, I guess, and streaming is on the menu, boys. So Tuesday, Trades Talk Tuesday. We'll discuss the skilled trades and show some pictures of some projects I've been a part of. Then Saturday wheels around. I finished The Hobbit. If for those of you that didn't see, yesterday I finished The Hobbit for Game Boy Advance, and then I just played around with some other games that I had. Now I've got to pick a new one. Got to pick a new game. See what I can do. Hopefully it'll be something enjoyable. Something that not everyone is playing right now. And that's coming up on next Saturday. And then Sunday, we wheel around again to Sunday Anime Chat, continuing on with racing anime. We'll pick a new one to go over, and I'll tell you whether I think it's good or not, and whether it's any fun, or if you really get that feeling of racing. Internet stooge provider. Yes. I was not too happy with them. You guys have ever heard of TELUS? That's my ISP, and they gotta smarten up, step up, and get some better equipment so we don't have this trouble anymore. Anyways, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I am grateful that you are all here. I appreciate you all. Hopefully we can get together again soon. Other than that, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.